Welcome to my channel. My name is David Hillisland with All Natural Edge Designs, and I do live edge furniture, chainsaw sculptures, and millworks here at my studio in Lyons, Oregon. We make everything that you can imagine with a live edge twist or a custom sculpting design. What I'm making today is a cookie that has a live edge all the way around. This is Western red cedar, and I am trying to patch this big crack so that I don't have a resin spill coming out. And you can see that I've plugged that crack with this caulking that I mixed with Dawn dish soap and silicone caulking inside of a warm soapy water bath. And inside that warm soapy water bath, take our caulking, put it in here, and then we can work it to where now in a couple minutes we will have a workable hole filler that we can use to fill up just about any sort of size hole. The last thing I want to do is spill resin all over my floor. So I appreciate you hanging with me today, and All Natural Edge Design Studio. So now see, after just a few seconds I get a workable silicone caulking mold that now I can push into any crack, and it will fill any size cavity that you need to plug. You want to stop your resin from flowing out all over the floor, and that stuff's really expensive, and you don't want to lose all your epoxy and all your hard work. So what I'm doing is I'm taking this silicone, Dawn dish soap, and warm soapy water. I'm mixing them together so that then I can pack these holes right here filled up, so that way my resin doesn't leak all over the floor. So the first step, after I have filled my void with the silicone caulking plug, then I figure out what stones I want to put in to my cavity here, and I want to make sure that I have room to sand through all of the resin so I don't hit any rocks. So after I figure out which ones will fit for sure, then I put them in here so that I can add a little bit of epoxy and get them a good coating of epoxy. So otherwise they will get bubbles all over them. Once I get a nice coating over all of them, which is what really brings out the beauty of these stones. Check that out. That's what brings out the beauty in these rocks.
Alright, so what I'm trying to do is make sure that all of the stones are below the surface of the top layer of the wood, so that we don't have the stones protruding past the table level. Because if we have the stones protruding through the epoxy, it's going to be very difficult to sand and clean up. And if you decide to put any top coats on that epoxy, you really want to have it sanded so that it'll adhere. My experience is that these don't like to go through planers if they have stones protruding through the epoxy. It might ruin your machine. The biggest thing that I want to describe though is that plug. That plug is the main reason that I'm making this video, because it took me a long time to figure out how to stop up a big giant crack like that. Every round that you have is going to have a major crack like that, and you can choose to fill that, but sometimes you might want to not fill that at the same time, so you can do that in a two-step. Tape probably wouldn't work without getting included into the pour, and a lot of times if you use like Flex Seal or other plastic or rubbers that are going to fill that. It's going to be a different color. The nice thing about the silicone plug is that it just pops right out, and there's no sanding, no cleanup, no scratching, picking, or any of that stuff. So epoxy is really its own art form that I've learned how to do over the last several years, and it has its own tricks and tips that I would like to give you so that you can do your own woodworking projects. My goal is to inspire others to not be afraid to really get out and to find their own passion in life, whether it be woodworking or epoxy work or sculpting, really anything regarding woodworking. I didn't always do this, and I really enjoy what I do now, and I'm able to make some money at it and make sure that I provide for my family and it's really neat to be able to do something I love for a living, not to mention see the clients' reaction and how pleased they are with the work that they have hired. Mostly everything I do is custom work. I've been doing this for 15 years, and it's taken a while to build up a clientele, but I stay pretty busy now, usually about 6 months booked out. If you ever have a project you're looking to get, you can reach out to me at allnaturaledgedesigns.com, through my email at allnaturaledgedesigns@yahoo, or you can visit our studio in Lyons, Oregon, which is near Portland. So that pretty much wraps it up for this video. You guys don't need to see me put those rocks in for the next, however long it takes, but my goal is to show you that I'm not just randomly placing them, I'm putting them in strategically to kind of fill up different spaces. You want different size stones, different colors, and you can really do quite a bit with your composition, with your stonework. So it's kind of like building a brick wall. You need different sizes for different spots. Thanks, and Bjorn says, have a great day. Make sure to subscribe.